I'm with DIY Detail. I've got one of our fans here, Jacob Romero. Welcome, Jacob.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ivan.
So Jacob expressed a concern that he has a problem using the rotary. So let's show you how to use the rotary in just a couple minutes.
Thank you.
So first of all, we're using our cordless rotary here. Speed 1. Very
Do you
important.
start on speed 1 every time?
I don't go past speed 1. If the machine only had 1 speed, I'd be happy.
Maybe that's why I'm fighting. When I bought my other, I was starting on a 3 to 4 speed because I was using the same speed that my
DA.
3 to 4, right?
Yeah.
Not on a rotary.
No, speed 1. And
well, to be honest, mine is in 1800, 2400.
So 800 RPM.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you'll notice how I got a death grip on the machine. It's very important to not hold the machine.
Fighting mine the whole time.
So if you're trying to hold the machine, notice the sound change?
Right away.
Yeah. I'm not fighting the machine. So there you go. Now, one thing, you'll lift up on the handle, and you see how it wants to go one way.
Yes.
Push down on the handle, wants to go the other way.
Okay.
Try twisting it like a motorcycle throttle. It wants to go one way. Twist it the other way.
It's pulling me back the other way.
And when you find that equilibrium where you can keep the machine not moving at all, then that you found the perfect balance. You found your zen moment of polishing. Right. And then you can go anywhere with that.
Right. How we were discussing the stalling occurring when I'm hitting like a, because there's obviously not everything's going to be flat.
Right. So with a rotary, you have to look at this as a valley.
Yes.
So one half of the valley.
That's where I find I fight it the most.
Yeah. So you can see how I'm really fighting it. You know, I've got 2 fingers on the machine. And then you do the other half of the valley.
Are you using that twist kind of throttle to go up
I'm literally not holding the machine.
How in the heck?
So, but if I try to hold it, that's when the machine tries to take me around.
And that's when I'm fighting myself.
So, put 2 fingers here, and 1 just underneath. And you can move it anywhere you want to that way.
I'm going to try over here.
Yeah.
Because this is what gives me the most problems. And I'm not stalling either. You know how I thought it was stalling?
Rotary doesn't stall, but...
So what am I doing wrong now that I'm kind of jumping a little bit?
So it's not that you're doing wrong, it's just your muscle memory. You're used to a DA.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're trying to hold on to the machine. Let the machine do the work. You're just there to guide it.
A lot different when I just no pressure it.
Yeah, no pressure. And again, you're letting the machine do the work. You paid for the machine, let it do its job.
Interesting. Interesting. How interesting. And I think what's cool is, like you were explaining to me before, when I felt like my DA was stalling, and that's why I went with the gear driven, because I said I need to force this. Even when it's in stalling position, I'm not losing cut?
No. So with a dual action machine, so ours is a 25 millimeter DA.
Okay.
And so if you watch the logos on here.
Sure.
So the pad is only turning at maybe 50 or 60 RPM. It's not turning quickly. But we see these little circles, these little oscillations.
Right.
And let me put it down to speed 1, because that's about the only way to stall this one. But let's try to get it to stall. There. But you see the circles?
Yeah.
The logo's still going around. See, it's still doing its cutting.
Interesting, because what I'm noticing the stalling is when I'm having to do those like valleys.
Yeah, so
when I'm having to angle the
so like here.
And then I'm stalling it.
So right now I've stalled it.
But I'm still getting cut?
Oh yeah, you're getting as much cut. You're only losing about 10% of cut.
Wow. That's cool.
Because the cut from a dual action isn't from the rotation.
It's not only from that rotation.
It's from the oscillation. So if we look at the pad, if we take one of these bumps,
sure,
isolate the rest of the pad, you're just looking at one of these bumps. The rotation is doing this. So the bump is doing its job in that rotation. But the majority of it, and this being a permanent magnet motor, it's hard to do.
Okay.
But
is it harder to stall a permanent magnet motor as opposed to the others?
Yeah. So we'll just use this and here. let me grab a pen. Okay. We'll ignore that. We won't have the machine. So let's say we take this dot that's here. Well, the rotation is doing this, but the oscillation is doing this. And that oscillation, it's always moving. And with a 25 millimeter machine, it's like a 25 millimeter rotary, but every one of these bumps is a 25 millimeter rotary.
So I'm wasting time going back and forth thinking I need to do the same area over and over because it's stalling.
Yeah.
That's not the case.
No. When it's stalling, it's not that big of a deal.
Thank you.
Yeah. And again, with the DA.
Yeah.
And
that's reality.
I tend to use just one hand with the DA.
How in the world, man? I love the way that feels. 25 millimeter cut, so where I would normally, like I said, that's where I was experiencing stall, and I think it's being ineffective. I'm still getting effective cut.
Oh yes, you're losing 5-10% of your cut.
See, because that's me as a detailer, like, it's when I get the perfect hood, yes, but when I get the valleys and all these different crevices and I have to angle, that's where I feel like I'm losing time because I'm spending so much additional time because I'm stalled.
Exactly.
But I'm not losing a ton of cut, even so.
No.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. No, thank you so much. I love it. I appreciate it. And thanks for clearing up my Nick amount of shampoo that I'm using.
Yeah.
That's to why I'm leaving streaking. I love you, Nick.
Yeah.
I like my glug 2 to 3 ounce of Incredibles.
Yeah, and that causes a bit of issue sometimes.
That's okay. So use my dilutions accordingly.
Yeah.
Stick to it. And I'm bummed because I now have a Lake Country pad washer.
Oh, that's fine.
I need this. So my question to you is, my Lake Country pad washer was saturating my pad when I'm doing my cleanings.
Yeah.
So much so that I felt like it was doing more effective cleaning. Since you're not using a water-based pad cleaner, you're just using a couple sprays of, what is it, rinses or all clean?
Rinses.
Not all clean, right?
No, yeah.
With rinses, am I effectively going to get the amount of cleaning with only a couple sprays of rinses as opposed to the dunking that I was doing 5 or 6 dunks and then really working it over that? I'm going to still get the same amount of clean?
Yes.
Okay. Guess Lake Country's going on Craigslist, man. Thank you so much, Yvan. I appreciate your time. Nick, appreciate you so much for taking time for me, man. Love you guys. Sylvie, thank you.
Do you have any other questions about the rotary while you got Yvan? Any other things you feel like when you go home on the paint, you're going to be like, I wish I would have asked him?
No, it was really effectively the valleys, and when I go sideways, I mean, like a smooth flat hood, it's great for, demonstration purposes. In all reality, the vehicles are never perfectly flat on the entire vehicle, so I was really fighting myself when I would come up to, the headlight to fender where it, door to door handle. I'm having to articulate the machine to the point where I'm seeing stalling. So now that I know I don't need to have a death grip on my rotary like I did. I'm not fighting because I said, you're not going to power me. 2 fingers, Yvan. Gosh, man. Thank you again.
Thanks
I
again.
appreciate you guys. Looking forward to all the new stuff. Thank you, Sylvie.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Nick.
We'll see you in the next one.